So we may, you know what movie that is?
No.
You know what movie that is?
Not one clue.
You have no idea?
Not
you
a
know who Sam
single
Kinison is?
Not a single clue.
You don't know who
still.
Sam Kinison
No.
is?
Nothing.
He's dead now. He's a comedian back from the 1980s, a fat guy, and he would just scream and yell. Look him up. He was very funny. Sam Kinison.
I have never seen this.
You've
human
never
in
seen
my
it?
life.
Yes. And he would just scream and yell. I know.
I have definitely seen him.
I know. Jilly B knows
He would
who
wear
Sam.
he would wear
the
that
stupid
hat.
beret.
Yeah, and then like have like weird thick hair.
Jilly knows. Jilly just said in my ear.
No, he always wore this type of hat though.
Okay.
Like,
Yes, she knows Sam Kinison. We'll see how on top of it they are in the production.
I'm
booth
trying
if
to
they
think
get
of
a
the
picture
movie
of
that
him.
I've seen in them. I've seen it
Back
in a
to
bunch
School.
of Back to School.
Back to School
yeah.
with Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
When Rodney Dangerfield is going, tell us about the Vietnam War,
Yes,
and then
yes.
some guy, raises his hand that gives like some historic perspective on the Vietnam War.
Yes.
And then Rodney Dangerfield, raises his hand. He said, I don't remember exactly what he said because I haven't seen the movie in a long time.
Right.
But, so whoever the president was at the time was too big of a commie to push those commies, and he was screaming and yelling. And Sam Kinison. It was a very funny scene, and I don't remember it, so I'm babbling.
No, yeah.
So I'll leave
that would
it at
actually
that.
be a
I will
good
leave it at
Halloween
that.
costume for you.
Me?
Yeah.
Fat Sam Kinison. Thank you very much.
God.
You know who
Love the
probably
hair.
I was about to say I know who loves Sam Kinison. I just looked.
And I knew
Jeff Bosey. I just
knew he
looked
would,
at
too.
Jeff.
I
He
knew
loves
it.
Sam
Absolutely.
Kinison.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeff Bosey in the comments section. He can give some links to Sam Kinison videos that are funny. But
Yeah.
he was a funny guy back in the day. So any event, Groundhog Sam. We're starting to get viewer mail.
Okay.
We are starting to get viewer
No,
mail.
we're not.
Yes, we are.
Uh-oh.
So the
Nice.
first viewer mail was from Glamma, Marge Higgs.
Oh, love
All
me some
right,
Grandma.
and she writes to Brad from Glamma. This message comes to thank you in a warm and special way because the kindness you have shown is appreciated more than words can say. Thank you and get well soon. We miss you, quote unquote, Bradley.
Bradley.
That's not really my name,
That's
though.
close, though. That's close enough.
My name is Bradford, but she gets it.
I was
Maybe
gonna
that's
say-
her
name-
nickname for
Maybe
you.
that's what your nickname is for me, like she's Glamma.
Bradley.
But my full name on my birth certificate is Bradford.
Bradford. That's very.
B-R-A-D-F-O-R-D.
But wait, because I just
Upper
found out
echelons.
another weird fact about what's on your birth certificate.
What?
What's your middle name on your birth
It's
certificate?
just an initial.
Just an initial.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Just an initial.
Oh, you're fancy.
No,
Right?
no,
I feel like
no.
that's
like the
fancy.
I had a joke. I'm like, oh, my
Known
parents were
as.
too poor to afford a middle name. We just they only were able to afford it on one letter. So no, it's Bradford H. Bernstein.
Yeah.
What
That
does
is my-
H stand for?
It was I had an Uncle Harry, who was a police officer, and he died like 2 weeks before I was born.
Aw.
So my parents wanted to honor him. He was a
Aw.
single guy. He was never married. And he was I don't know how he died. I don't know anything about him
Aw.
other than I know he died 2 weeks before.
Wow.
And he was a cop. And my parents wanted to honor him, so they didn't want to call me Harry. I guess it wasn't cool in 1968. to
Harry is
name-
a pretty cool name.
Now
though.
it is. Now it
Yeah.
is. But I think in 1968 it was a little staid.
Mm.
So they just wanted to throw an H in there, just to
an
honor,
Just
to honor
without
honor
really
Police
honoring.
Officer Harry, Police Officer Harry
Yeah.
Bernstein.
Wow.
That was his name.
Good story.
Yeah. So and then also we got a postcard. I'm not even sure. I don't even know if this person is part of the Brad Squad or not.
Whoa.
His name
Is that Mars?
No, it's Pat Leach.
No, I'm saying in the
No.
back.
Is this Mars? Yes, this is Mars.
You're like, no, it's
He's
not.
like, no,
Mars,
it's
Yes,
Pat.
it is from Pat Leach from Mars.
Okay.
And here it is right here. Here's the card on this side. And he's from San Sebastian, Rancho Mirage, California.
Oof.
Wow, never heard of that.
He writes, thank you for representing people and not clients. And thank you for protecting people and helping them with their American dream. Which was very,
Aw.
very
That's
nice as
awesome.
well.
Oh my God,
Which was
that's
very, very
beautiful.
nice
I
as
like
well.
that.
So for those who want to write us viewer mail, positive or negative,
Yeah.
okay, just write us at 225 Broadway, New York, 5th floor, and maybe you too can have your viewer mail read on
Read on
our
air.
show.
Woo, woo.
Okay, we'll take positive and negative viewer mails. You know,
We'll take that.
I'll read the negative viewer mails too.
Really?
Brad, you commie bastard. You know, I don't know what they would
Well,
write.
do you remember the very first piece of viewer mail we got was the troll doll, the Trump troll doll from Jeff
Bosey, that is true.
And you made me open that box because you were afraid it was anthrax.
That is true.
So you
I said because it came from an unnamed person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is someone sending me anthrax? You open it, kid.
And you did
It's
it.
a very true story. It's a very true
very
story.
weirdly, I was sick for a week afterwards.
No, you were not. Jeff
No,
Bosey
I'm
did not
just
send you
kidding. No,
anthrax
I'm
in the
kidding.
mail. All right. So, and by the way, everybody, please share this. We don't have a contest right now, but I will tell you this. We're going to have rising tides rise all boats, as they say. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. If we get to a combined 300 shares today,
Ooh.
everybody, 300 shares.
300.
Okay. 300 shares.
Okay.
The prize. There will be a prize.
Okay.
Okay. You know what we can do?
Ooh, I saw the light bulb.
Okay. What we're
Right.
going to do is we have a wheel. Do you know about this wheel?
I've never heard of this wheel.
Yeah,
What is this wheel?
Ooh.
There's a wheel, and you spin it like like
Okay.
Wheel of
Like
Fortune.
a prize wheel?
Yeah, like a
okay.
prize wheel.
Okay.
That's fun.
I'm
Okay.
getting
So
excited.
we have a prize wheel.
Okay.
Okay. And on that prize wheel will be different prizes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be maybe just a prize for just one Brad Squad person, or it could be a prize for the entire Brad Squad,
Wow.
or it could be a you get nothing.
Okay.
But we will spin the wheel the next day, and it will be fun prizes. I promise you.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm excited.
But we will spin the wheel the day after. Okay. Now Julie in the production room. She was talking about the prizes ahead of time, and she was cracking me up. You're going to. I don't want to
So
say what
so we can't know what the
we
prizes
will not
are.
know what they are ahead of time.
Oh wow.
Not even a sneak
Not
peek.
even a sneak peek. Okay. Now I do owe everybody a dance, and we're going to do
Yes.
it next
Yeah.
week. I get cleared by my doctor next week to dance.
Woo.
Woo.
Okay, so hopefully I go to him. I don't know what day, but I go to him next week. I got to schedule it. So the day I'm cleared, I'm dancing for everybody.
And they're installing the pole that same
And
day,
they will
or
be
no?
installing the pole the same day.
Perfect.
Okay.
Pole.
And if we get, yes, there will be a pole involved in my dance.
Of course.
Okay.
How
yes.
else is he gonna dance?
Yes. How else will I dance if
I
there's
like
no pole
this.
there?
He's gonna do the
Okay.
dancing he knows.
That is
Yo-Yo.
correct.
Right.
All right. It will be, one time only. Like, you ever see those one time only?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And number two, if we do get to 300 shares today, 300 shares.
300.
We
okay.
will be spinning the Brad Show Live wheel tomorrow with a host of prizes.
Wow.
A host of prizes, and there's going to be one like, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
So,
Like
but
a
I don't
whammy.
know what
Like one whammy.
like a whammy. There'll
Yeah.
be one whammy on the wheel.
Yeah.
And at least 6 or 7 good prizes.
Okay.
All right?
Wow.
And that's what we're going to do. Now, I don't know where we are in the sharing so far. I know Groundhog Sam is holding the sign. If Groundhog Sam could put the sign down for at least 1 second and let us know. No, Brad is not going to go topless. Is not one
I
of
saw that.
It's
I was
not.
like, is
All
that
right,
what's gonna happen?
CC Mitchell goes, one of the prizes on the wheel is Brad's going topless.
Man, they have been trying to get you topless for a while.
I think it would be a good
And
prize.
Patrona Collins wants to know, Brad, what did you eat for lunch today? I'll tell you the truth. I've not been eating a lot because of my gallbladder.
The
You can't-
gallbladder?
Yeah, the gallbladder.
The gallbladder,
You can't
yes.
have greasy meals. You can't have anything really overly fattening.
You can't have
What is left?
fun.
What is left?
That's what it means.
I don't know. Basically, one of the prizes on the meals are going to be eat Brad's diet after his gallbladder.
Oh,
for the
That's
day.
a terrible
That's
prize.
a terrible prize. That's the
terrible
whammy.
prize.
That's
That's
gonna be the whammy.
That's yeah. I was about to say that's worse than a.
That's
wah,
gonna be
wah,
that's
like-
gonna be the whammy.
I'd rather nothing.
Right.
All right, so it's 6:03. We started a little late, so we're going to get to our immigration questions in about 5 minutes or so. I just want to race through the news very quickly.
All right.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And
And it's 33 shares
and
so
then
far.
just 33 shares.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. 33 shares. You know what that means?
What?
It's going to be a whammy for the Brad Squad. There will be
Oh.
No wheel spinning.
No wheel spinning
Nah,
tomorrow.
we're just in the beginning of
All
the
right,
show.
we're
You
just
guys
in the
can
beginning of
do
the
this.
show, right?
You guys
There
can
is
do
a
it.
wheel. I swear we have the
I
wheel.
have not
I'm
seen
sure.
this
Yes,
wheel.
we got
I'm
the wheel.
excited.
Ask Rosetta about the wheel.
Listen,
Guys, share
yeah,
so we
you
can see
shouldn't
this.
show it to me. I
What?
would just spend
There
all
is
day
a
playing
wheel.
with it.
I don't know who's going to spin it. Who's going to have the honor of spinning it? We haven't decided yet.
Vanna White.
Vanna White will
Am I
have Belgium
Vanna?
Kim. Belgium Kim's going to spin the wheel. All right.
Vanna Belgium.
Belgium Vanna. Belgium Vanna. we have to get you like a really like a beautiful like you know
A
like
ball gown?
the ball gown,
Whoa.
something like you know
Yes.
have Vanna,
A little
out Vanna,
updo.
yeah, with
Yes.
an upright.
Oh my God, family! I love this wheel already.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to happen
I
unless
could
you guys
award
share.
Right,
though.
and Sis Sharon Robinson wants to know first time watching, any gifts for first timers. Let me tell you, sis.
Aw.
Okay, let me tell you, sis. As soon as you
yes.
make a comment in the section and people welcome you into the Brad Squad, you're not a first timer anymore. You're
No.
Brad Squad. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so sis, and so by the way, already been welcomed by several people, sis. There, you're part of the
Aw.
Brad Squad, no longer a first timer.
Yes.
All you got to do is make a comment. Okay, and Carol Anderson, the Tiger, is share it up. Share it up. They want to spin the wheel.
And Sis can actually send me her address and her phone number,
Yes.
and I will send her a Brad
And
Squad mug.
That is
Aw,
true. Anybody who makes
Congrats.
a comment, and this is true, and this has nothing to do with spinning the wheel. Anybody who makes a comment, okay, and sends Belgium Kim in a private message their real name and address, we will send them, courtesy of Bradshaw Live, one of these mugs. So as we're drinking on our show, we toast to you, and you can drink
Yeah.
right back with us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right. So meanwhile, I hate to give the bad news, and this is serious bad news. You know, even though on Father's Day Trump is still fighting that whole thing on the border there with the children being separated
Yeah.
from the families, and there's now a lot of Republicans and Democrats coming together saying what's happening is inhumane. There's no question about it. We've been
Right.
highlighting it for several days already. It's not only inhumane, I would say it's un-American.
Absolutely.
It stands for absolutely nothing that we here in America stand for. Even if there are people out there that are bucking the system and using a child to be able to come into the United States and apply for asylum and get paroled in, even if they are using children to do it, there are a lot of people who are not.
Yeah.
And you can't punish children
Yep.
because some people are using it to skirt the system. Can't do it. So even Trump's, I think, like, if you say, okay, maybe 1 out of 5 people, these aren't even their kids, and they're just using you still can't separate
Yeah.
children from parents.
No.
4 out of 5 are real families that are, I don't know, I'm just making up numbers, but whatever it is, there are real families out there that are being separated.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, Trump says it's the Democrats who are causing this problem, and they're saying the Democrats are causing this problem because they won't vote for the wall. And if they vote for the wall, he'll stop separating the families. So basically, Trump this is his playbook.
Right.
You want to know
That's
the Trump
exactly
playbook?
what it is.
Okay, it's the same thing with Korea.
Yeah.
Create a crisis.
Yeah.
Okay, create
Yeah.
a crisis. He did it with Korea. He's now doing it with children at the border.
Yeah.
Create an artificial crisis, then go and solve the crisis and say, wow, what a great person I am.
Yeah.
Okay? So he is now creating another artificial crisis by separating families at the border, making a crisis out of this, and now he's going to come in and fix the crisis that he started.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then
Okay.
gonna take all of the glory for ending the crisis.
Exactly.
That's insane.
So, but that's what he does. It's crazy. And people are so stupid they fall for it.
Yeah.
He gets away with it.
And he gets away with it. Former President Bill Clinton tweeted, on this Father's Day, I'm thinking of the thousands of children separated from their parents at the border. These children should not be a negotiating tool.
Yeah.
And reuniting them with their families would reaffirm America's belief and support for all parents who love their children.
Absolutely.
So, meanwhile, back on the farm in Washington D.C. Okay, you know, we could spend a whole, you know, but CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, even Fox News, they're spending hours and hours talking about this.
Yeah.
So, you know, even though we're an immigration show, You can go and listen to them about this. I can go on and on for hours. I just think we have to help people as well here. Just quickly going through the rest of the news. Trump is starting a 6th military branch. Did you hear about this? You know about you know what the 5 military branches are? There's the Army.
Yeah.
The Navy.
Yes.
The Air Force.
Yes.
The Marines.
Yeah.
And the Coast Guard.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so those are the 5 branches of the U.S. military.
Okay.
Coast Guard's not the Border Patrol. Okay, it's not CBP. It's not even part of the military, but people think it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so five. He is now wants to start a 6th one.
And what would that
For
be?
what?
It's going to be. They're calling it the Space Force.
No, that's not real.
You can't make this
That's
stuff
not
up.
real.
Yeah, this is
Are
real
we playing
news.
fake news right now?
No, we are not playing fake news. This is absolutely real.
No.
He says, I am hereby directing the Department of Defense to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the 6th branch of the armed forces. Our destiny beyond the Earth is not only a matter of national identity, but a matter of national security. So
this is to fight all the aliens?
To fight all the aliens, any aliens that may come. Also to
Down
fight
south.
the Russians and Chinese if they want to colonize the moon. The moon belongs to America. That's basically
yeah, that's true. We planted our
yes,
flag on
the moon
it.
belongs to America. And by the way, the entire planet of Mars also belongs to America.
Yes,
And we will be fighting anybody who puts their flag in it. I am not making this stuff up. This is what he's saying.
And all our tax money is going to
the creation of
the Space Force. Now, Trump has suggested to put an airlock around the moon. All right, I am not kidding.
Like a big wall.
Like a
airlock?
it's like an airlock. It's like a window almost, and you would open and close the window, and so you could go and breathe and walk on the moon.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a special code to open up the airlock.
You know, this reminds me
gets
of.
the code?
This reminds me
I don't
of
know.
like what a kid would do if you had like
president.
if you were president. Just like I'm playing Fortnite or like you know what I mean. I'm doing like a Sims game or something. Hey, let's build this just for the F of it. Like what?
So
makes no
sense. So there's gonna be an airlock, and Trump suggested that the airlock be a special code, And you ever see Spaceballs?
Yes.
The code for the airlock was 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes. So I don't know if that will be the code or not. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's as creative as he could get.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that is what it would be.
Oh, man.
Twitter's reaction was swift and hilarious. One user compared it to Mel Brooks' Spaceballs, saying the new Space Force looks incredible. Adam C. Best said, and Adam C. Best said, just wait until the first act of Trump's Space Force era is a Jedi band. No Jedis allowed. And
that's true.
Yes, and then finally G.H. Weldon, this is the best one. He says, we will build a Space Force and the Martians will pay for it. We are going to have the Martians pay for the Space Force.
Oh, Lord. Lord.
Oh, Lord. I mean, you can't make this stuff up here, right?
It's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So,
Jeff Posey said that the code for the airlock will be the same as the code for his luggage.
Yes. Damn, I got to change the code to my luggage now. All right, and what else is happening here? Finally, before we get to our immigration questions, there was an earthquake in Mexico.
Really?
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yes, late Sunday morning, the seismic centers at whatever the organization that follows earthquakes sensed. I am not making this is also not fake news. This is real news.
Okay.
Detected what was reported to be a small earthquake. They said it was an artificially created earthquake coming from Mexico, and it happened moments after Mexico scored a goal against Germany, defeating them in the FIFA World Cup 1-0. And so now the theory is that everybody in Mexico at the same time jumped up and down.
Oh, wow.
Is that possible?
No.
Is that possible?
No.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Look, I mean, those people look
Yes.
like they are setting
Possibly
up
because of mass jumping, said the group. But we're not playing fake news. This is real stuff. Possibly because of mass jumping, said the group, the Institute of Geologic and Atmospheric Investigations in Mexico, which said that at least 2 of its sensors picked up the activity. The Mexico, by the way, was not supposed to win. They were supposed to lose to Germany.
Germany is the reigning champ right now. There was actually an earthquake in this office today. I don't know if you felt it. Because Belgium won against Panama. Woo,
oh yeah, they sure did.
Yep, 3-0.
Really?
Brad Squad was watching with
I'm
me.
glad
today.
you were watching soccer instead of doing your job.
I had it. I had the live score updates. I sure did.
Yes.
Live score updates on
All
the
right,
side.
we got to check what you did today.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what's going on in the news. Anything else quickly? The Chinese restaurant went bankrupt after the all-you-can-eat promo.
What?
Yeah, the hot pot restaurant in China. It's in the Sichuan province. They had to close its doors after just 2 weeks of opening. They had a month-long all-you-can-eat promo for 120 yuan. I don't know what 120 yuan is. It's about $19.
Oh wow!
So for $19 a month.
A month.
A month. It's like a membership to the restaurant.
Oh hell no!
Yes.
Yeah.
$19 a month. You can go in, all you can eat for every day the Chinese food. It was so popular that people were lining up around the corner. They were the most popular restaurant in the world. And the customers were not leaving till midnight. They were just stuffing their faces all day long. It was $19 a month, all you can eat. And apparently the customers outate all the profits.
Wow.
And after 2 weeks, they thought they were onto a great business plan.
Just 2 weeks?
2 weeks, the restaurant went out of business.
Oh my, that
After
was
2 weeks.
ill-conceived.
Ill-conceived.
$19 for an entire month?
Yes, ill-conceived.
You know what? That pisses me off.
Why?
Well, I went to an all-you-can-eat unlimited crab fest yesterday, and but guess what?
They threw you out?
Weird.
No, it ran out within the first 20 minutes.
They said no more crab.
That's it. And I didn't get nothing but one little side of crab leg.
I'm scared to go to one of those things because I would be terrified. Like they would come to me and
feel.
goes, "You get down to my restaurant, fat boy. You stop eating." That's what I would think. That's what I would think would happen. Hey, look at that fat boy over there. He keeps eating. Get down to my restaurant.
Man, that pissed me off.
Don't be having those body shaming issues.
Yeah, I'm having body
Don't
shaming
let
issues.
that man body shame you.
So I don't know about that. So
well, that's too bad for them.
Yeah, and then
they should have planned that better. It should have been like maybe a 2 hour limit, and then also, I mean, you're definitely gonna have to pay more than $19 a month.
19 yuan. It was in yuan. How do you? I don't even know what the currency in China is. Is the yuan the yuan? Hey, let me have 19 wans, please. I mean, you think you're in Puerto Rico? Maybe? I don't know.
19 wans, good.
19 wans. Wrong country, pal.
What is this is going to be ignorant.
Yeah.
Where's the yen?
The yen.
I
Maybe it's the
yen.
It's okay. So then, why are they on my card? Say it's Y. Is you pronounce
Y-E-N, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. But on my card here, it says 120 Y-U-A-N.
Y-U-A-N.
Is that how you
Maybe
pronounce
that's the
yen?
plural yen.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm literally.
A yan.
It's a Japanese yen and a
Japanese
Chinese
yuan. Ah.
Got
Right.
you.
Right.
Yuan.
120 wans? What are you talking about? Pal, you're in the
Is it
wrong
120
country.
yawns?
You're in the wrong country, pal.
You were terrible. Everyone who's
terrible.
watching from China right now is like, click.
And also Puerto Rico just shut me off too.
Yeah. Everyone is like, I'm done with this.
Right. So we're tired of being politically correct here on the Brad Show Live.
True.
All right. Finally, even though it's not Hump Day, I wanted to bring this up because it's very, it hit me. This story hit me where it counted.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
All right. A woman shot her husband in the testicles with a gun. Shot his testicles off. Kimberly Dunn in Lake City, Florida. She was arrested and accused of shooting her husband in the testicles after he attempted to take away an air conditioner she was trying to sell on Facebook. So the man lost his testicles over an air conditioner.
Oh my God.
Yes, she was charged with aggravated battery. Apparently now the man doesn't need the air conditioner anymore because he has lots of breeze going through his legs. I don't know. I mean,
that's so wrong. That's so wrong.
I mean, I just come up with the jokes off the top of my head. I don't.
She really went balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall on that one. Yes. So
jump in anytime you're feeling it.
She claims it was just an accident.
Okay.
She was just trying to scare him.
I'm sure she did.
Well,
yes, she sure did. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
And he lived.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him.
Yeah, but then Dunn's brother, Kimberly Dunn's brother, was also involved in this because after she shot her husband in the testicles, the husband's brother came over, Dennis. Okay, Dennis is the brother.
Yeah.
And Dennis choked Kimberly until she passed out.
Oh, golly.
That is, I'm going to tell you something. It's a family I don't think I'd want to marry into.
Right.
Where was this? Was this in Florida?
This was in Florida.
Oh,
Lake
of course
City,
it
Florida.
was. There it is.
Makes sense.
And finally, before we get to our immigration questions, 20 minutes late because we started 20 minutes late.
Right.
Okay, we got to do 30 minutes of schmoozing.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did this happen? Muna Island, Indonesia.
Muna Island.
Yeah, I never heard. I know where Indonesia is, but I don't know where Muna Island is.
Right.
No.
And this happened twice this year on the same island.
Heard about this.
An Indonesian villager was swallowed whole
Yes.
by a python. Watiba, who was 54 years old, left her home on Muna Island on Thursday, never to be seen again.
That is crazy.
She went to go collect her corn. She's a farmer. And in the field, a python came out and swallowed her. How big are the pythons? Those are some. The python is bigger than a human?
Enormous.
Well,
all right.
No, it doesn't have to be bigger than a human, but the mouth opens.
Oh my God. So the snake usually feeds on smaller animals. Apparently, Watiba was a tiny person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, and the python was hungry and ate Watiba.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at it. It's so big.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
Oh no.
So when they finally found the python,
Is that it?
Yeah, it was bloated, and Watiba was inside dead, fully clothed. It was a terrible story, actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, but apparently she did not die. She did not die inside of the snake.
I think the snake probably choked her out.
The snake choked her to death.
Oh, okay.
The snake choked her to death, and then.
Oh yeah, those are the kinds of snakes that
that's
wrap
how they
around
usually
you,
do.
like constrict.
and then she died.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a horrible way to go out.
Awful.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Right. Exactly.
It's a horrible way to die.
Yeah.
All right, so Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, before we get into you got answers, I got your immigration questions or whatever is on the card. Eventually I will figure it out. Can you please tell everybody where to share, what to do, how to do it?
Absolutely.
Because I don't think people have heard it enough.
You haven't. And
Have not heard it
keep
enough.
on hearing it.
Yes.
All right, guys, all you have to do is look at the bottom right of the video. There is an arrow pointing to the right. Just click it, share it, invite people into the comments, copy the link and send it to your friends, your families, through text messages, through their Instagram, through their Facebook inboxes. There's so many different ways. And of course, word of mouth. We have a lot of new people here, and I feel like it's because you guys have been sharing. So let's share a little bit more.
All right. And poor Lisa Bling Rose, she is so upset she went to watch TV and she's not watching anymore.
Really?
Yes, she's very insulted. Yes, she's very. But Lisa, it has nothing to do with you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
so
me sad.
Alexa DeReal Samaz, can you please talk to people? There's still 13 people watching.
It's unbelievable.
I'm telling you, it might be that they're streaming from both, though.
Maybe. All right, so this is the time of the show when I'm going to be answering your immigration questions on Bradshaw Live Facebook page. Please tell your friends to tell a friend to tell a friend that I'm now going to give some really good advice. The schmoozing is over. The comedy portion is over, and the politics and Trump portion are over. We didn't say hello to anybody today, but so be it.
No, it's all good.
Hello
but
to everyone.
We are at 160 shares.
We are at 160 shares. So we may be spinning a wheel tomorrow. You never know.
Keep on sharing so you guys can get these prizes.
That's right.
Man.
All right. All right. And the telephone number to call right now is 1-800-529-5465. Please share with your friends and family. And also, if you are always watching on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein, please like and follow Bradshaw Live. If you like and follow it, you will be notified every time we come live on the air, because that is the only place that we will be exclusively streaming from now on Bradshaw Live. The other thing is, by the way, did we share this Bradshaw Live page onto Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein page? We should be doing that anyway.
You know what? I'm pretty sure that happened, let me double check.
I hope we did. But nevertheless, this is the time of the show when I will what do we say on the card?
Is it getting answers?
Call us with your immigration questions.
This is the time of the show where we say, you're getting answers. Call with your immigration questions. Okay, we got very close. We got to change that card. It just doesn't make sense to me.
What do you want it to be?
I think it's like, I don't know. I got to think about it.
Because the thing is, you say something different every day.
Exactly. It's so silly because I don't even know what's on the card. All right, let's do it again. Getting answers. Call with your immigration questions. There we go. Getting answers. Call with your immigration questions. There we go.
Nice.
And by the way, if you are shy like I am, you can always leave your questions in the Facebook comment section. And Kim and Jonathan, my apologies. I don't know if he likes Yo-Yo or not.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Has it grown on you at all?
I think so.
It has.
Yeah.
Only here, though.
Yes. Yeah, you don't want to be on the street. Yo-Yo. Jeez, what did you call Yo-Yo?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Brianna's been waiting 25 minutes. Brianna.
Hello, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Just have a few questions for you.
Yes.
If someone marries a U.S. citizen and get 2 years green card, and after getting the 2 years green card and he leaves, is it possible that the person can get a 10-year without him?
Yes, it is possible. When you get a 2-year green card, these are laws that go back to 1986, and they were put in place for marriage fraud protections against the U.S. government, that people weren't marrying just to get a green card. So what they did is they wanted 2 shots at interviewing you. First shot is with you and your spouse, and you get a 2-year card. And then they wanted to re-interview you 2 years later to make sure that this is a real bona fide marriage. Now, as part of the law back in 1986, they recognized that sometimes marriages won't work out for whatever reason. Maybe you're just not getting along. Maybe there was abuse in the relationship. So if that's the case, what the law says is they wrote protections in for people like that. And what they said is there's no requirement that you and your spouse have to go back and file another application to prove it's a real marriage. You can file on your own, and you file what's called a waiver, and you file and say, I'm being abused, here's the proof of being abused, and therefore I'm not living with my spouse anymore. Or it was a real marriage, we were not getting along, I couldn't live in the house anymore, we got divorced, here's proof of my divorce, and here's proof that it was a real marriage back in the day. So people have two options. So people have 2 options on how to remove the conditions without their spouse. They can file on their own based on abuse. They can file on their own based on the fact that they were in a bona fide marriage and now they got divorced. So in your particular case, and in most people's cases, it's always easier to prove divorce than abuse. And the reason is this is, here's the divorce, here's a piece of paper. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. There's no discretion, was there abuse, was there no abuse. Here's a divorce. End of story.
Right.
And here's proof that it was a real marriage. Okay, so I always suggest in those, it's a much easier case, the divorce, than the abuse. But you'll go based on your particular facts. But you can hold on, and we can help you. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay. Can I ask you another question?
Oh yes, sure.
What about the citizenship for that person?
Well,
would it be okay?
Well, your citizenship will be fine, but now if you're doing it based on abuse or you're doing it based on the fact that you're divorced and now, but it was a real marriage back in the day, you're going to wait 5 years for your citizenship, not the regular 3. So your citizenship
it would be emotional abuse, not a domestic abuse.
That's fine.
But what if I don't have all the proof?
Then that's why. Then that's why you do the divorce, because then there's no question about it. It's much easier to, especially emotional abuse, which is you're trying to prove a bruise on the inside, versus a divorce is a very straightforward case. So a divorce would be much easier in your particular case than proving emotional abuse. It always is in every case. Physical abuse is easier to prove because here's my bruise. I went to the doctor. Here's my broken bone, whatever it may be. But emotional abuse is much harder to prove, and you can get a divorce, and it's very simple. So, but the only downside, and it's not really that big of a deal, is your citizenship is pushed back 2 more years. Okay, but hold on 1 second, okay? All right, let's go to Smith in Brooklyn. Smith.
Hello.
Hi, Smith. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What's going on?
I got a quick question. I'm a permanent resident.
Yes.
And I got charged with intentional property damage at the Resort World Casino in the 4th degree. And I was wondering...
You must have lost a lot of money there that night.
No.
What happened?
No.
What happened?
Actually, I was playing and the machine was doing good, and it just went blank.
Oh, so you started hitting it or something, I guess.
Yeah, and I started tapping the...
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
To get my money out, and no one showed up for half hour. Then they accused me
of trying to tampering it. I understand. So what was that, a misdemeanor?
Yes.
And did you go to jail?
They arrested me. They called the New York City Police Department, arrested. Yes, but now I'm going to court, and they offer me a plea to plead guilty to that. But if I don't get in trouble in a year, I don't know. They didn't say if it's going to be dismissed or if my record.
Well, it sounds like you want to get what's called an ACD in New York, which is adjourned in contemplation of dismissal. So I think what they're saying is, or maybe not, I don't know, maybe not, because an ACDs are usually 6 months and then dismissed.
Right.
So you're not getting an ACD. I'm not sure what you're pleading guilty to. What I would suggest, Smith, is, let me say 2 things, okay? Number 1, don't plead guilty to anything until you actually speak to an attorney in a private one-on-one consultation to make sure you understand the consequences of pleading guilty to something. And number 2...
immigration attorney?
Yes, like an immigration attorney like myself. And number 2, you may, if you want to come speak to us, you may also want to speak to our criminal defense team, headed by Paul Hirsch. He's a former district attorney, and make sure that your criminal case is being handled properly as well. Okay, because maybe you shouldn't be pleading guilty to anything. Maybe this case should be dismissed. I don't know. All right?
I agree. Well, the case is on for the 21st, which is this week.
All right, so what I would suggest you do, okay, is when you go to court, you tell the judge, if he says, are you pleading guilty, you have the right, and the judge has to give you the time. In all 50 states, you have the right to say, I would like to speak to an immigration attorney to figure out the consequences of me pleading guilty because I have a green card. You have a right to say that, and they have to give you, by constitutional right of the Supreme Court said this, time to go speak to an immigration attorney to figure out the consequences.
Okay, because the last appearance, the judge says it's on for trial, and this is only going to be the 2nd appearance.
Okay, well then again, you may want to speak to our criminal defense team. Even hold on now. We can have you speak to them this evening. Okay.
Well, I do have I hire a lawyer, criminal lawyer through, but she wants me to speak to her immigration lawyer and find out.
Right. Well, you should speak to me privately, and number 2, you should speak to our criminal defense attorneys. It's a free consultation. It's absolutely worth speaking to them to find out, make sure your case is being handled properly. I don't know what happened to him. Smith just went on hold. I don't know how that happened. All right, so hopefully somebody's speaking to Smith. Okay, fine. Let's go to Cham in Chicago, Illinois. Cham.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
What's going on?
Yeah, my question is, I came here back in 1994 as a refugee.
Yes.
And then back in 2004, I got in trouble with drugs. It was a possession control. And so I lost my status because of that. And right now I'm on work authorization. And so I'm just trying to see, what would be the best advice and what...
Well, you got ordered deported or got some sort of withholding of deportation or something? What happened?
Yes, I was ordered deported.
Right, but you can't go back to your country.
Yes, I can't go back.
So what do you have? You have Convention Against Torture. What did you get?
Yeah, I have convention against torture. I got
it. Okay. All right. So I don't know the answer. Okay, you were ordered deported because you came here as a refugee, and then they took it away from you because you had an aggravated felony. But they can't send you back home to get killed. So they gave you something called Convention Against Torture. I don't have the solution for you off the top of my head. I would have to review all your records and see, what, if anything, can be done. But I certainly understand the situation you're in. I've handled it plenty of times. Many times successful. Sometimes we can't help people. It depends on the particular situation. So you may want, the first step would be for me to review everything and then take it from there. But hold on one second, okay, if you're interested. All right, let's go to Nick in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Nick.
Hi, Brad.
How you doing?
Hello. I'm all right. Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure.
Brad, I have a question.
Yes.
Actually, I'm a legal permanent green card holder,
Yes.
and my green card expires in 2023. I don't have any arrest or criminal records, but I'm planning to travel. But I'm really concerned because I was out of status on an F1 visa from 2005 to 2010.
But you have a green card now.
Yeah, I have a green card now.
How did you get your green card?
Through marriage.
Then don't worry about it. Enjoy your trip.
So this out of status won't affect any, they won't,
No. No, you got your green card through marriage. They know about it. You overstayed your time. It was forgiven. You have a green card. You're perfectly fine.
Also, one simple question, Brad. Another is during that period when I was out of status, I was pulled over and my license had expired, and they didn't arrest me or detain me or anything. I just paid the ticket and I went my way. In Philly,
it's not a deportable offense.
Oh, okay. So I should not worry at all about returning back.
No. The only thing you should do tonight is sleep well. You're perfect.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll be applying for citizenship, Brad, and I want to come and consult with you
Absolutely.
guys. I want to do it. I definitely want to come talk to you guys.
Right,
definitely.
So hold on one second, and we'll let you speak to a client service rep. All right. Let's go to Sandy in New York, New York. Sandy.
Hello?
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, good evening, Brad.
Good evening. How are you?
How are you?
Very, very good. A little thirsty, but otherwise good. How are
yes.
you? I just took a sip. Now I'm okay.
Actually, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You did me and my husband papers,
Wonderful.
and I thank you very much for that.
I appreciate
we got a green card.
Thank you.
My daughter is married to a U.S. citizen, and she did her fingerprints in January and applied for her work permit, but she hasn't received anything as yet. So she was just wondering what's going on.
I don't know. Hopefully she did it properly. She should be getting her work permit already. The only reason why she didn't get it is something was done incorrectly. I don't know what was done incorrectly, but if she did her fingerprints in January and we're in June already, she should have got it.
Yes.
Has she called immigration? Have they said anything to her?
Yes, she called and they said they're backlogged. That's all they said.
Did she get a letter from immigration saying she was missing documents?
Oh, they filed an inquiry. She had, I don't know if her attorney filed an inquiry, and it's been over a month and she hasn't heard anything.
Yeah, I don't know the answer why. She should have gotten it. The only thing I can suggest is if she wants to have a consultation with us, bring copies of everything that was submitted, and then we can take it from there.
Okay. And how much is the consultation fee, Brad?
Well, it's $100 if you want to see any of the associates. They're all fantastic. They're all going to tell you the same thing.
Yeah, I know, because me and my husband use you guys.
Right. And it's $200 if you see me.
Okay.
Okay, hold on one second. All right. John in West Palm Beach, Florida. John.
Hi, good day, Brad.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
What's going on?
All right, I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question for you. Right. The thing is, I filed my papers in last year, in December to be exact, and I went to do my fingerprint on January the 2nd, and I got my work permit on March.
Right.
So I was wondering how long before they come for interview that's my green card.
You got your work permit in March, fingerprints in January. My guess would be April, May, June, July, August, by September, October.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
All right. Best of luck to you. All right. Let's go to Nadine in Queens, New York. Nadine.
Hello?
Hi, Nadine.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Okay. My name is Nadine, and I have a case that I wanted to explain to you.
Okay.
See if you can help me.
I will see if I can help you.
Yeah. I actually arrived here with a visitor visa.
Yes.
And I filed for asylum while I was in Houston.
You were in Houston for a while.
Yeah, I was in Houston, and I arrived here actually on.
Where are you from,
July
Nadine?
5th.
Nadine, where are you from?
I'm from West Africa.
You're from West Africa. When did you come to Houston? When?
I came to Houston on 2016.
15? 1-5?
Yeah.
Okay, and how did you come?
16.
2016. And how did you come? Did you come on a visa?
Yes, I come with a visa.
What type of visa?
Because I lost my husband in Burkina Faso. And I have some problems with my family-in-law. So I am here with my 3 kids.
What type of visa did you come here on?
I come here with a visitor visa.
Okay, and now you overstayed your time.
Yeah, I was in Houston where I applied for asylum.
You applied for asylum in Houston, and what happened?
Yes, in Houston.
Okay,
and
you're still waiting? You're still waiting?
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the way Trump is handling these situations is Belgium Kim, if you can handle this for me, please. The way that Trump is handling these situations is that all the people who filed back in 2015, 2016 are going to wait 3-4 years for an interview. Those people who file for asylum now are going to get their interviews very quickly. It's all about trying to discourage people from filing for asylum. So they're doing it actually backwards. Instead of taking the longest cases first, they're taking the cases that are filed now and interviewing them within a month or two. And those people who have filed back in 15 and 16 are going to wait several years. And unfortunately, there's no way around it. You're just unfortunately going to have to wait a little bit. All right, so just hang in there. And if you need help and you want us to review what you've done, I'm happy to help you. So hold on. All right, let's go to Velma in East Orange, New Jersey. Velma.
Hey, Brad, how are you?
How are you?
I'm blessed. It's Velma.
Yep.
Thanks
Velma
for the
Gale.
cup. Yes, sir.
Velma Gale from East Orange.
Yes,
Thanks for the cup. You got one of these? Cheers, Velma.
I got my cup. Hey,
very good.
Jonathan, Kimmy Kim, and Groundhog Sam.
All right. So you just called to say you got the cup or you got a question?
No, I want to ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Friday, I got a date to go to Jamaica for my interview, but I want to know how do I go about to get for my medical appointment.
They're going to schedule the medical for you before your interview. So 2 or 3 days beforehand.
They schedule it? I thought I would have to go online and do it.
Or maybe now they schedule it online, but I believe you do it a couple of days beforehand.
So a couple of days before the appointment date?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know now. They used to schedule it. Maybe now you go online and schedule it. It may be a new system in the last year or so. But when I was doing this for years and years and years, they would give the appointment, and several days beforehand they would give the medical. I don't actually literally see the appointment notices coming in anymore.
Right.
But maybe now they say go online and schedule it. It's possible.
Oh wow.
I'm going to find out from the paralegals because the paralegals handle that.
That'd be a very fancy way to do it.
Maybe I don't know. Josiah in Nashville, Tennessee. Josiah.
Hey, bud. How are
you?
Doing? I'm doing great, bud. I got a question for you.
Yes, go ahead.
I filed for my to remove condition on my visa back in March last year, 2017. And then I went ahead and they gave me the 1-year extension. It expired, and then I went ahead and got the other stamp to make me legal in this country. So my question is, I saw today on my status, it shows that my case was moved from California Service Center to my local office.
Right.
So my question is,
what does that mean?
What does that mean to my case?
It means you're going to get an interview very soon.
Oh, okay.
That's what it means. As soon as it goes to the local office, that means you're getting an interview very soon.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Best of luck. All right. So with that said, we're going to get into our social media check-in in a minute. Not yet, because before we get into social media check-in, I want to check in with Groundhog Sam and see how we're sharing. Are we going to be spinning a wheel tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm hoping we are.
Are we going to be spinning the wheel?
I think we might be getting kind of close, Brad.
We're getting close? What are we at?
249.
249 shares? Wow. We may be spinning the wheel. I want you to know something. Maybe I picked this too low of a number.
No.
Yeah, you should.
I didn't give enough credit to the Brad Squad that they were able to do it this early into the show.
There you go.
They're 50 short of spinning the wheel.
And they're going to be in 45 minutes. I feel like they're going to be able
to hit that. In 45 minutes, the way they're going, we're going to be spinning the wheel by 7 o'clock. We're going to have Julie bring the wheel. Bring the wheel. Reel the wheel in.
Keep it going. 250 shares.
Bring in the wheel.
Yeah, but I'm liking. This is a good problem to have, Brad.
Yes,
this is
it is.
Don't you love your Vanna White moment tomorrow?
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Yes.
Oh, I have a dress picked out.
Yes.
It's only a cool $11,000, I've decided. That's going to be my dress budget
so
for tomorrow.
Please share with your friends and family. And Nadine, Yo-Yo Elias, tell everybody how to share one last time.
One last time. Where am I looking? Oh, hey guys. All right, so what you guys have to do is look at the bottom of the right-hand side of the video. You'll see an arrow pointing to the right. Click on it. Then share it to people's pages, share it to their inboxes. Then also you can invite your friends just from the link. All you see is a little person with a plus sign. And then you can type in their names and then they'll actually get the notifications. And then you can tag people into the comments. Man, there's so many different ways that you guys can do this. Copy the link, send it in an inbox, send it in text message. And of course, like we say, word of mouth is always.
Isn't this so much more fun to spin the wheel than have a contest who's going to beat who?
I like it.
Right,
I'm excited.
spin the wheel. And by the way, Natalie's like, you should spin the wheel regardless. No, we don't spin the wheel regardless. You got to win the privilege.
Yeah.
You got to win the privilege.
But they're going to win.
All right, right now they're going to win. All right, so we're going to go to Anne-Marie in the Bronx, and right after Anne-Marie, we're going to be answering your questions on social media.
Awesome.
Okay, Anne-Marie in the Bronx, how are you?
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, I have a friend who's living in Texas, and she have a 13-year-old son who came upon a visiting visa, and he overstayed a year and a half on the visa. But she wanted him to go to New York. For can he fly? Is it okay for him to fly?
Generally, it is. I mean, I can't give you a 100% guarantee. Nobody can. There's always a risk in everything you do. But of all of the risks, taking a bus, a train, or a plane, the least risky is a plane.
The
least risky is a plane of all the things to do. Bus, train, plane. The least risky is a plane.
Okay. The least risk is a plane.
Yes.
So it would be
I think
best
if I started going on like Delta Airlines and asking people for ID, I think people would have it would be mass chaos on an airplane. Okay, so they're not doing it, and no one at TSA is stopping people and asking for proof that they're legal here because they got to get the people through the line and make sure that there's no bombs and guns going on the plane. So I mean that's their focus at TSA. They're not ICE. The TSA agents are not ICE, and then ICE is not going to be coming on airplanes asking people for ID. They will do it on trains. They will do it on buses. So I think the least risky. I mean, no one could ever give you 0%. You know.
I know.
All right, and just make sure his passport is valid. That's all.
Yeah. I think what she's worried about is like if they're gonna check his passport, like when he's going through immigration.
Well, listen. As I said, they're not going through immigration to flying domestically. There is no immigration going through domestically. You're only going through TSA, which is just checking for bombs and guns. Yes. There's always that small possibility. I can never say 0% chance. That would be a liar. But of all of the things to do, it is extraordinarily less risky to take a plane than it is to take a bus or a train.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. I cut her off by mistake. And you know what? We have Maureen waiting from Baltimore. We should take her too. Okay, Maureen.
Yes, sir.
How
Good
are you?
afternoon.
What's going on?
Fine, thank you.
What's going on?
In 2010, I applied for my citizenship.
Yes.
So I went to the interview 2011.
Yes.
When I went, everything went okay. She told me I'm coming in the afternoon to be sworn in. So when I reached home 2 hours later, they called me and said, I'm going to receive a letter because after coming back, because they have to ask me some questions.
So what happened?
So what I did, I went to a lawyer and I mentioned the information to the lawyer. He did not look up anything more than ask me some personal questions how I came into this country. Right. And I told him and how I got my citizenship, my green card. I told him. Then he said to me, because my green card should be renewed that year.
What was the specific questions that immigration was asking of you?
No, they asked me everything and grant me my citizenship.
Okay, so what's the problem then?
And then when I reached home, they said to me, I should not come to the swearing-in.
So there's a problem then. Why did they say not to come to the swearing-in? What was the problem?
They did not say.
And when did this happen?
2011.
And you still haven't you still haven't become a citizen yet?
I did not apply. I just renewed my green card.
All right, so then
I got my green card.
So let's all right. So stop where you are in terms of telling me. What I would like to do is get a copy of your citizenship application and the decision on that and see why you didn't become a citizen. And then we can fix it and make you a citizen. I think that's what you need to
because
do.
they
I don't know why you didn't. I don't know why you didn't, but we can figure it out.
Yeah, they wrote me a letter and said I can reapply when I'm ready. But there are certain things where I did not want to go ahead by myself.
All right, so
then I wanted,
Okay, so I got it. There's obviously something in your background that's causing you a problem.
Yes.
Let's figure it out. You don't have to air your dirty laundry on our show. Let's have a private consultation and we'll figure it out for you. All right, so hold on 1 second. All right, and then finally, the calls keep coming in, last-second calls. Should we do the last-second call?
Keep helping people.
Keep helping people?
Yeah.
Or I've helped enough already?
No. I think that's coming from all the shares, too.
All the
Keep
shares.
on sharing.
All right.
Almost there.
Ahmed in Columbus, Ohio. Ahmed.
Yes.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fabulous. All right. From the Buckeye State, right? Columbus, Ohio, home of Ohio State, the rival of my alma mater, University of Michigan. Ahmed, what's up?
Okay, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, I would like to ask you the question.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm originally from Somalia.
Okay.
I come to the United States 2016 April.
Okay.
With through to the border.
You came through the border?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened?
Then they take me detention center.
Okay.
I was detention center in 8 months.
8 months in detention. And did you apply?
Yes.
You applied for a political asylum, I assume.
I applied my political asylum.
Yes.
I meet my first court was July 20. The date I apply with my asylum form. I submit with the judge.
And where are you seeing the judge? Is this in Ohio or is this in Texas?
No, that was the California bankrupt.
California. Okay.
Yes.
And why are you claiming asylum? What's going on in Somalia in relative to you? Why are you claiming asylum?
Yeah, I have a family problem with the minority group. My claim is minority, so they make us a lot of problem. Even I have the gunshot and my dad, they killed them.
So what happened at your first hearing?
What say again?
You went to one hearing already. What happened before the judge?
Okay, when the judge, then they say me go to the bond, release bond to the outside.
Okay, good.
I come outside. When I come to the outside, I apply my work permit and I get my work permit first 1 year.
Okay.
Then when expires they transfer my case to the Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
When they transfer my Cleveland, Ohio, and my judge say your court will be 2021.
Okay.
Okay, when say 2021 and apply again my work permit, they send it to me C8. 2 years my work permit.
Okay.
And now 2 years my work permit.
You got to apply for it again eventually once it expires. So this is your situation, okay? You came through the border. I understand your situation. Your question is, how am I getting a green card? You got to wait until 2021. In 2021, you're going to get your court date, which is an individual hearing. At this individual...
I have individual hearing, yes.
Yes, it's in 2021. You will be waiting between 2018, you're going to wait 3 years for a hearing date for your green card, which is 2021. In 2021, you're going to get your hearing date before an immigration judge. And what you have to prove is that you belong to this minority group, this social group that is being persecuted in Somalia, and that your life is in danger if you were to go back simply because you belong to this minority group. Okay? You have 3 years to prove it. Okay? Between now and then, there's nothing to do other than start collecting data, information, facts, evidence to prove all of this. Okay? That's what you need to do now. Now, if you want my law firm to help you, I can help you. You're working, and hopefully, you're making a couple of dollars. And hold on 1 second, but that's where you're at. You're 3 years away, but you got to start thinking about this ahead of time. You just can't be like, all right, I have my hearing in 2021, I'll show up and go. You gotta, think about this ahead of time. How are you going to do this?
Okay, good point. My question.
I know it's a good point.
That's my case.
Yes.
After that, my case, I want to get the marriage with the wife who are the American citizenship.
Okay.
So I have opportunity. She take me green card or no?
Okay. So the answer is, if it's going to be a bona fide, if it is going to be a bona fide marriage, you would have to file an I-130 first, prove it's a bona fide marriage, and then ask the judge to speed up your case to have a new master calendar hearing, show the approved I-130, and request a termination and an adjustment of status. Okay? Is it possible? Absolutely. Okay? It has to be a bona fide marriage. Hold on 1 second, and we can help you in that as well. All right. So with that said, where are we at in sharing? We are very close to 300
shares.
We're at 330 shares.
We made it.
All right. So where is that ding 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 ding
Come on,
ding
ding ding ding ding.
There we go. Congratulations, Brad Squad. Tomorrow we will be spinning the wheel for prizes and all sorts of things. Now the prizes could be something in your hand. The prizes could be something we sent to Brad Squad. The prizes could be something that we do, or maybe it's an experience.
Wow.
A memory of some sort.
A memory of some sort. Or maybe it's a whammy.
Right. It could also be a whammy.
Or maybe it's a whammy. But we will be spinning the wheel tomorrow. Boy, I made it way too easy for them.
I'm excited.
Okay, I'm excited too.
I hope this wheel is ready to go.
This wheel is ready to go.
I don't think that's way too easy for them because we haven't really been hitting 300.
Okay, look at that. All you got to do is bribe them.
That's all you got to do.
Bribe them. So easily bribed.
We're pandering
so
like hell.
easily bribed, this Brad Squad. All right, so now we get to a point where we will be answering your social media questions. And how do we do it? We do it by going to Social Media Check-In. All right, what do we got?
All right, we have one from Victoria. Hi, good day. Just asking for my daughter if she can be able to bring her younger sister here in the U.S. My ex-husband petitioned her 2010. She's in status of F2B category, but my daughter really needs her here in the U.S. Can you give us some advice if we can do that to invite her to help my daughter with 4 kids and now having another baby this August? And her husband can't be able to help anymore because he just had a mild stroke.
Whose husband can't help anymore?
The daughter's
husband.
Well,
the daughter can't be filed for in the F2B because she's married.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what filing in the F2B they're talking about, because F2B is unmarried children of permanent residence. There is no category for married. And as far as inviting your daughter to come on a visit, in essence, you wanted to come live here. They already know she wants to live here because apparently at some point there was an application filed for her green card, so she's not getting a visitor's visa anyway.
So this was her daughter who got that petition. So the mother's ex-husband was the one who petitioned the daughter. So now they want the daughter to help bring her younger sister here to the U.S. So she needs her here. So, okay, listen. So, my daughter wants to bring her younger sister here in the U.S.
Okay, so the answer is they need a consultation, how to get this person a green card as quickly as possible.
There you go.
Okay, next.
Denny said, a friend of mine's husband passed away, and they had an interview next month. She's wondering if she should get a lawyer to go to the interview with her. She lives in Alabama.
I would say yes, because the petitioner isn't alive anymore. So you got to transfer to a widow petition, and you need a lawyer to do that. And
then her follow-up question is, my husband also filed for her son. So the original petitioner's stepson who passed away, and the son is still in Jamaica, but NVC has already notified them that it's been approved. What's the next step for him?
You would, after the mother gets the green card through the widow petition, the mother would have to do a humanitarian waiver, substitute in for the deceased husband, and bring the son up.
Oh, okay, so they don't necessarily have to refile.
They won't have to, no, because if they refile, it's going to be back on the waiting list several years.
Right.
But you have to do a humanitarian waiver and substitute in the mother after she gets her green card.
Got it.
All right, I have one from Jennifer Bond. Ooh.
Jennifer Bond.
God.
Bond.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
008.
Ooh.
Which is better than 007.
That's better than 007.
Yes.
All right, so hello, I'm under the K-1 visa and already here in Kentucky. I got married and filed for my papers last January 2010, or sorry, January 10th, 2018, and my biometrics last February 22nd, 2018. And until now, we haven't heard anything from them. Been waiting for so long, and it's very frustrating. Could you guys help us on the case like this?
What's the priority date? When was it filed?
The papers were filed January 10th, 2018, and biometrics February 22nd, 2018.
And this is a marriage case?
Under the K-1 visa and already here, she did get married.
Okay, fine. So if it was done properly, you should be getting your green card very shortly. If you didn't do the paperwork properly, that's what the delay is.
Okay, and then she also wants to say, could you guys help us on the case like this, and please give me the exact amount how we need to, so we can get your service.
The exact amount? Well,
yes.
The first thing is you need a consultation. So that's going to be $100. After that, we'll see what we have to do for you. We have easy payment plans. Okay, I don't make this clear enough. Okay, you don't have to give us a lump sum of money all at once. We have easy payment plans. It's a couple of $100 a month, and that's how we're able to help as many people as we can.
We've got a question from Sue.
And by the way, a lot of people are saying they can't hear us. Is that everybody, or is that just Belgium Kim?
That was the question I had, because they said they couldn't hear you. And then I said, can you not hear Brad, or can you not hear all of us? And then I didn't get a reply.
Well, no, my microphone's on.
We're on.
My microphone's on. I wonder what that is.
Maybe we...
We're not hearing you guys well.
Hello, Kim, we're not. Who aren't you hearing?
Yeah.
I hope you're hearing me.
Yeah, are you hearing anybody? Hello, do you hear me? Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth?
Rush Hour.
Let me know. Right.
That's from Rush Hour.
Chris Tucker.
You knew that one.
Right. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
That's a great movie that should not have had any sequels, and I think they're already making another sequel.
They are.
That's
unfortunately.
Should not have happened.
Right.
Subhadra says, hi Brad, my daughter is married to a U.S. citizen. She did her
Okay, all three of us, they can't hear?
We can hear. They say I can hear. Everybody else said they can hear.
Yeah, I'm hearing fine. I can hear. We can hear. He. I'm hearing everyone.
All right, we get it.
Okay, so the people who can't hear, okay, you can raise the volume on your telephone or device.
Yep.
You can check your internet connection. You can get your ears checked. Those are
refresh.
Or refresh.
Yeah.
Refresh. Those are 4. Out of the 4, getting your ears checked is probably the least likely thing to help.
Yeah.
I assume you can hear otherwise.
Yes.
Right, and also the least efficient.
Least efficient also.
Turn your phone off and turn it back on first.
Right, okay, next.
Subhadra wants to know, my daughter is married to a U.S. citizen, and she did her fingerprints in December of 2017 and hasn't heard a thing since. Is that normal?
No, it's not normal. You're totally screwed up. After you've done your fingerprints, and you haven't gotten a work permit within 4 months of your fingerprinting, that's a problem. that something was done wrong, you need to come see me. What are you laughing about?
Good. This is a long-ass question.
Long-ass question.
It's a couple questions.
I want you to know something. You know, I have a 4-sentence maximum.
Oh, well.
You know that
we
rule.
Got A, B, C,
you know that
D,
rule.
2A, 2B.
Right.
Yeah.
You know that rule. I tell everybody who works here, I said, if you're going to send me an email that's more than 4 sentences, come talk to me.
Yes.
Because I can't read beyond, it's too long for me to read.
Okay, well,
and you
then
will
you want to just say that.
read it.
Yes.
You will not read it.
That is true.
Luckily, this is what I get paid for, is to read for Brad.
All right, let's go.
All right, Ola Simbo says, I came to the U.S. on an F1 student visa. My U.S. citizen fiance gets the SSI due to disability.
Got it.
Now, A. Will it take an entirely different process for her to file for me when we do get married?
No, you just may need a second affidavit of support from somebody.
B. Will I need an additional affidavit of support from a different sponsor?
C, answer to A.
C.
Yes.
What is an alien number? When I get married to my U.S. citizen fiance, do I need to fill the alien number section when filing the I-130 and I-485 concurrently?
An alien number is just your file number. So unless you filed something previously with immigration, you would not have an alien number. They would create one for you if this is your first filing. If you previously filed something with immigration, it is possible you have an alien registration number and you use the alien registration number from the prior filing.
D.
Do
I need to include my I-20 when filing I-485, I-765, I-130A, and I-131?
Yes. E.
2.
2A. 2A. This is talking about back to school. Right. I have one question for you with 37 parts.
So
right.
Will I get a notification from USCIS about when to do my medicals, I-693, and after filing I-130 and I-485 concurrently, or I file all of them at once?
Generally, you file it all at once, but now immigration is taking sometimes over a year to schedule you for your interview, and then if it takes over a year, they're going to make you do the medical again. So my advice these days is you're not going to get a notice to do your medical. Just bring the medical to the interview, which will be more than a year from now. Or a little less than a year from now. Finally,
B.
B.
This is 2B. Is the expenses for the medicals already included with the filing fees?
No, you got to pay the doctor separately.
Simbo!
I did it all.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I think
and by the way, Leroy Watson wants to know when I'm on 93.5. Unfortunately, I'm not on 93.5 anymore. As people who don't know, I used to do a radio show on 93.5 FM in New York for 20 years before doing this on Facebook, but now I'm just doing this exclusively on Facebook. And soon on YouTube. But now on Facebook.
But right now on Facebook.
And that's it. Yes.
Sandy Lee says, in case of a denial from USCIS on a spousal visa, I know you can appeal, but what's the appeal timeline, and is it advisable to hire an attorney for the appeal? Would it be faster if an attorney was involved?
It's not faster, but I can tell you if you already didn't win your case and you think you're going to win an appeal, you are sadly mistaken. Whether or not you should appeal really depends on whether immigration made a mistake or they were correct. Because if they're correct, there's nothing to appeal. Okay? If they made a mistake, then you may want to appeal, you may want to refile again. But before you do anything, have a good attorney review it all.
All right, I have one from Adejumoke Bolaronia Coyote. That's very
otherwise known as Coyote.
Yes.
Yes.
Adejumoke. I like that. All right, how fast can I get my 2-year-old baby to join me in the States? I filed for her this year, February. Till now, it has not been approved.
Are you a resident or a citizen?
Let's just say one of each. A resident and a citizen.
Resident's 2 years, citizen is 1 year, but maybe you were a citizen before the child was born, and then then that child's an automatic U.S. citizen, and you just go get a U.S. passport for the kid. Maybe the kid was born before you got your green card, and he could be included on your application. Then we just schedule the appointment. So there's a lot we need to know.
We've got a question from Kaifa. Kaifa. Or Kaifa?
Kaifa.
I like Kaifa.
Yeah, by the way, we're going to be running about 15 minutes late today. Just letting everybody in the booth know because we started 15 minutes late. The last thing I want to do is gyp the Brad Squad out of 15 minutes of Brad Show Live.
And they will tell us.
They will tell us. What do you mean? You know, because they see, when the Facebook thing is over, how long the show is.
Yeah.
So we got to make sure it's close to 2 hours.
It's not that
we promise them 2 hours every day.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Kaifa says, if I was a teenager and had kids in my country, and then later my mom filed for me and I came to the United States at the age of 17. Right now, I'm 19 and obtaining a green card. Do I have a right to file for my kids?
She got a green card. How'd she get her green card?
Mom filed for her.
Why wouldn't she have a right to file for her children?
Because she's 19 years old.
She could turn around and file for them, absolutely.
She can still, the 19-year-old can
you
still
can't
file
be,
for her own
you
kids?
can't be included on that particular case, on Mom's case. Mom was a citizen, presumably.
Right.
Okay, so, well, yes, she would have to turn around and file an I-130 for her children.
Okay.
Gina Lynn says, I'm applying for an EB3 visa outside of the USA. Is there restrictions? Because I delivered my 2 daughters in the USA on B1, B2 visa and paid my bill in cash and just got my renew B1, B2 visa 10 years for the second time.
You may have a problem for misrepresentation. Definitely speak to a lawyer before you go into the embassy, even if you paid in cash.
Thana says, hey, Brad.
Yeah,
my question,
I know Thana.
You know Thana?
Yes.
Well, Thana is over here with some questions.
Yes, Thana knows Lucky and T-Bone.
Aww. Our Brad Squad before Groundhog Sam.
Yes, the old mascots.
They were the
original
old mascots.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yes.
Thana wants to know, as a political asylee, we're not allowed to cross the border before granted asylum, and after the green card was given, we're not allowed to go back to the country we sought asylum from. If in case of an emergency or death of a really close relative, what would happen if we crossed the border? One, crossing the border before they were granted asylum, or crossing the border to the native country due to an emergency after they've gotten asylum.
Well, if you got asylum and then you go back to the country where you got the asylum, no matter what the situation is, emergency, medical condition, you're claiming asylum because you said my life is in danger. I will get killed. I will be tortured if I go back home. So even if there's a medical emergency and then you go back home and then you make it back here to America without a scar on your body, obviously your story is BS. And immigration's going to say it, and they're going to look to take away your green card. So under no circumstances, if you want to keep your green card through asylum, would I go home? Because you're basically admitting at that point, no matter what the reason is, that it's a misrepresentation.
Okay, I have one from Princess. She said that she met a friend at her job. She said that her friend's husband filed for her last year in March, and she did her 2 fingerprints this year in March, and still no work permit. She wants to know how long will all of this take?
If she did her fingerprints in March, you got to figure 4 months from the fingerprint before you freak out. So March, April, May, the end of June, she should have it. Early July, if you don't have it, freak out and then call me. Or don't freak out and call me and then know everything will be okay.
Don't freak out, I like that.
Yeah.
Kumail said, I'm a student and would like to convert it to an immigrant visa. How do I do that?
How do you get a green card? I don't know. I mean, get sponsored in a job, sponsored by family. Lots of different ways. You need to call us for a consultation.
All right, Shiv says, how long does the form I-360 take with USCIS?
The I-360 with USCIS is over 18 months.
Marie said, how long does it take to get your work permit after you've submitted your papers?
About 4 to 5 months now. It should be 3 months, but it's 4 to 5 months now.
All right, Didi Unique asked, what if you filed for an asylum but got married to a citizen while the case was pending? What are the negatives and the positives to this?
Well, if you got married to a citizen, then the positive is that maybe you get your green card through marriage instead of through asylum. That's up to you. And you may want to speak to a lawyer about how you kind of convert that process.
Ola Simbo was so impressed with how you answered those previous 12 questions. He asked 2 more. He says,
oh, God. Yeah.
He said, how true is it that all the applications that have been filed with an I-765, the work authorization doesn't come until after the interview? A friend told me about that they've started doing it in Illinois, but I'm living in Michigan, and I'm wondering if I'm going to be in the same boat.
No, if you do it properly, you should get your work permit beforehand.
And then his follow-up is, should I fill in my on-campus employment information while I was in school in the I-765?
You should tell the truth. How's that? All right. So with that said, we got Mark in Queens. You have more? We have more questions.
No, that's it. The last
All right. So
great.
we got Mark in Queens, holding about 20 minutes now.
Awesome.
Wow.
So let's speak to Mark. Mark, how are you? Mark, now's your time. It's your show, Mark. Going once.
Uh-oh.
Going twice. We'll put him on hold. Hopefully he'll come back. All right. So how many shares are we at now?
Last I saw, we were at like 300.
What is Groundhog Sam?
Groundhog Sam.
Put it down. By the way, 6 people are still watching an entire on Law Offices Bar Bernstein. 6 people are watching Groundhog Sam hold a poster for an hour and a half.
They like them.
Yes. So how many do we have right now? Shares.
334.
Okay. So if we're going to double down on the wheel.
Oh,
whoa.
Okay. We will spin the wheel twice tomorrow. If we get to 500 shares by the end of the show.
Oh, you
and
guys
you said
had about
a 15-minute extension, so 7:45.
7:45, right?
We're gonna
30
cut it off.
minutes.
Okay.
All right, and spin the wheel twice. So you can't get two. What is it? The whammies twice.
Right.
Okay.
Can't get 2 whammies twice. So, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Yes.
Tell everybody how exciting it would be if we had to spin the wheel twice.
So excited.
How excited would you be?
I'd be
You're excited. You're waiting to see what
excited.
this wheel looks like.
I want to know the prizes.
I got the wheel. I bought it as a surprise. I got it.
Wow.
We just have to. Yeah, we got the wheel. It's in the office.
Wow.
We just have to put the prizes on it. That's all.
I'm actually really excited to see these
tomorrow,
prizes.
Tomorrow we're going to put the prizes on it.
And I'll be here tomorrow.
Yes. Are you going to brainstorm all the prizes? We have a few put out already.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And you'll brainstorm the rest, right, with us?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to put it on the wheel tomorrow.
All right, guys.
Okay, so Rosanna has the wheel in her office.
So wait, how many?
She's got the wheel in her office, Rosanna.
Nice,
yes,
nice.
We
so
got it.
What do they need about how much? How many more?
They need how many more shares to spin the wheel twice?
About
I want Patrona Collins.
Shares.
We are not tricking you. All right, if I say it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I will be dancing next week, and we will be spinning the wheel once, and maybe twice if we get to 500 shares. We have never, ever got into 500 shares.
Wow.
Imagine if we do it today by bribing everybody to spin a wheel they've never seen before.
We could do it.
I am telling you, it's going to happen. It goes like this. Woo, 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 woo. And then there's a prize.
I'm excited.
Oh my God.
Like
now
butterflies in my stomach.
Yes.
I know. I get very excited with things like this. I
right.
get overly excited.
All right, let's see if we can get Mark back now. Mark, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
What's
How
going
are you?
on?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's going on?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Sir, I have a very quick question for you. I have my cousin. My cousin, she's here illegal.
Yes.
And she has a baby like 7 months. She has a girl, but she's still living illegal. But she has how do you say that?
She's filed for asylum. She's here out of status. She's filed for asylum. Has a baby girl. That's what I heard.
She just have a status, but she's
she has a pending asylum case.
Asylum. She's pending asylum, but she has an appointment to on September 12th.
To do what?
But now she don't have any attorney to.
What is the appointment for? What is the appointment for?
What's that?
What is her appointment for on September 12th?
To the court.
Okay, she doesn't have an attorney. Okay, let me tell you the statistics. You show up to immigration court without an attorney, you got about a 5% chance of winning your case. Literally only 5 out of 100 people would win their case. You show up with an attorney, I think the statistics are, 60-something% chance of winning.
No, I say
she needs a good attorney. She needs a good attorney. You're going to lose without an attorney. End of story. Now,
I can't. She's not gonna go in. I don't think she go in there without an office.
Okay, so what?
But what I want to know if she can pass by to your office
of course
and
she
talk
can.
to you.
Of course she can. Hold on one second.
Oh, okay.
Hold on one second. Of course she can.
Okay.
All right.
One other question.
Yes.
Do you think she will be able, with the baby she has now, can it help her to move the thing forward?
Could the baby help her? You're asking?
With her, I mean, the baby.
Having a baby in of itself isn't going to help her.
Okay.
All right, but maybe the baby is part of the asylum case. I have no idea. Okay, meaning that sometimes there's the genital mutilation cases where children get involved. I don't know. So she would need to speak to us. Okay, so hold on one second. Okay. All right. So with that said, okay, I can tell you I'm reading here a little bit. Okay, I forgot who's. Carrie Ann Wallace said she's all shared out. Okay.
I did say that.
Rob J. Roberts says the bribe is real. It is real.
It works.
It is real. It works.
If we wouldn't do it, if it didn't work.
It wouldn't work. Okay. Anybody else talking about the wheel, or that's about it?
Princess Martin Uniqueness just said she invited 15 friends.
15 friends.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So how many now? All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna speak with Pili Montilla. Okay. In about a minute or so.
Okay.
Okay. Before we speak to Pili Montilla, I want everyone to share this one last time. Give it one big push for sharing, Jonathan and Kim. I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're gonna speak to Pili Montilla. I'm gonna tell you who Pili is. She's very cool. Very cool woman.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, and then we're going to come back and finish up with social media check-in.
Cool.
Okay.
All right? So, to all you.
Brad just flew around the world to show you how to spread the word, you guys. So share, share, share. There's a share button. There's an arrow. There's, what else is there, Yo-Yo?
There are so many different ways to share. There's also an invite. So you can invite your friends not only to the page, but to the actual video. There's a little man with a plus sign right on top of the like button. You could also copy the link and then also send it to your friends through inboxes, text messages, Instagram, Twitter, any way you want. All right, there's a lot of different ways, and you guys can definitely get to this 500 before the show is over. So let's get it.
I have faith.
I have faith.
All right.
Absolutely.
And by the way, Tim Manning feels threatened by me.
I know.
Why does he feel threatened by me?
You're just here. I was just responding to him, and I was
Why
like,
does he feel threatened by me?
why?
Oh, by the way, 411 shares.
Wow. Let's make history, guys.
We have never hit 500 shares ever.
Let's make history.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
we have to spin the wheel twice
tomorrow. You guys have to do this.
Have to be on
this is by the way, you're going to be doing a lot of the prizes involve Belgium Kim and Yo-Yo doing stuff.
What?
Like coming, like
Hold
you're going to be like like in the old commercials,
Wait a
Ed
minute.
McMahon with the sweepstakes. They ring the doorbell and there's Yo-Yo and Kim.
Oh.
Surprising.
Maybe
we will surprise a Brad Squad member
would be
with
pretty
prizes.
dope.
I don't know. There could be lots of things. Lots of things.
I like that.
You like that, right?
I like that.
Okay.
Now my wheels are turning.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So what was Tim's issue?
I don't know. Everybody's like, no, Tim. What is his problem?
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody's saying he has a
Maybe
serious
he's
problem.
threatened by both your knowledge and insane good looks.
I don't know.
That's why I feel like
some people.
Brad
It's so
Squad.
funny. Some people think I'm so scary, and I think I'm like such a nice little teddy bear. But maybe how
That's
I
kinda
perceive
weird.
people.
You.
Yeah, I think I'm a nice guy.
You're a very nice guy. You tell it like it is, and I
Right.
think that some people don't know how to accept that.
Natalie Nichols goes, can you imagine if Brad goes topless? No, Natalie, if I go topless, we're going to have 3 people watching, okay? Everyone will be running to the bathroom to go vomit, all right?
I think Jeff Bosley would like it.
They'll be like, yeah, Jeff will be the only one whose stomach can handle that.
And Jonathan and I would just be like laid out on the floor dead.
Yes. All right,
Just
so
laughing.
Pili Montilla, she's an Emmy Award entertainment reporter. I don't know if you've ever met Pili. She's won
No.
Emmy Awards.
No, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what the Emmy
Goals.
Award is, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, that's for excellence in television.
Yes.
So she recently joined me to discuss her career, her journey from her homeland of Puerto Rico. Okay. Now, Puerto Ricans, as many people know, there she is, and Puerto Ricans are American citizens. But
Yes.
sometimes people don't realize that.
A lot of times.
Okay. And she also discussed the work that she was doing to help the island recover from Hurricane Maria.
Awesome.
And we're very well aware, you know, that Donald Trump doesn't see Puerto Ricans in the equal light as other Americans. Let's watch. Pili Montilla, she's an Emmy Award-winning reporter and producer. She's hosted shows like American Latino TV and Te Para Tres con Pili Montilla. She's also hosted LA TV's En La Zona and En Concierto. She was recently nominated for a Testicles Award for Best Stories or Live Content at Hispanicize 2018, where our own little Julie Bean met her and got her to come on our show. Pili's here today to discuss her career, her journey from her homeland, from Puerto Rico to the mainland here in the United States, the work she's been doing to help the island recover from the devastation of Hurricane Maria. Pili, how are you?
I'm good.
Here you are. How you doing? Thanks for coming on. Now, Emmy Award winning. What did you? When I hear Emmy Award winning, my eyes perk up. What did you win an Emmy Award for?
I won for my show, Te Para Tres with Pili Montilla. It was a show that I created, hosted, and produced on Latin alternative musicians. It was a beautiful show, and it ran for 3 years, so we were nominated for Emmys.
Wow,
and then
that's
ended
amazing.
Up, actually, you can see where is it? The Emmy, right?
I see. I see a poster. There you are. Oh, I see it right on the back. Very, very nice. So you started off your career after school, after you came here from Puerto Rico. You started as a VJ for MTV. That's kind of cool. Did you have to go on like a million auditions? How did you get that?
I did. You're right.
You had to, right? Yeah.
My mom was the one that told me, you know, they're looking for VJs for MTV, and I totally see you doing that. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that. I like that. So I went through a tedious, long process of auditions, and after like my 6th audition, I actually didn't get it. I was the second runner-up. They picked another girl, but 3 months later, they called me and said, you know what, it's not working with this girl. We want you. And so I worked with MTV for 3 years, and it worked out great. It was such a great school. That's where I learned how to produce, how to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English, how to interview, how to do my research. It was awesome.
So who were some cool people you met during your years at MTV?
I love Gwen Stefani, and I got to interview her while I was working for MTV, which was awesome.
She was cool. She was nice, I assume.
She was super sweet, super nice.
Right.
I've also interviewed Sandra Bullock, Ricky Martin, Shakira, Sofia Vergara.
Was there ever a time when you're like, I'm so excited to meet this person. I've listened to their music ever, and then you met them, and you're like, what a jerk.
I just mentioned her.
Uh-huh.
She was horrible.
Really?
I was extremely excited to interview her. I'm not going to say her name because I already did, so I'm just going to let you.
Right. Well, just assume. Okay. Right. We'll just assume who it is. I could guess. I could guess, but I won't.
I'll give you more. It's a she.
Right. Obviously, well, you did all mostly women.
And Latina. And an actor. And I only mentioned one actress that's Latina. So if you're listening to me well, then you'll know.
I was listening.
Oh my gosh, she was horrible. She was such a diva. She treated my cameraman like if he was poo-poo. It was just a horrible experience for everybody.
Right.
She almost made the cameraman cry. She was, you know, she's that type of person that like when the camera is on, she's on.
Right.
And she's smiling and she's awesome and funny and you know she has that very thick accent.
Right.
When the camera's off,
she's a miserable person.
Yeah, she's like
misery.
Listen to you, and it's just like there's no connection, you know. And I love human connection. I love talking to people. That's why I love interviewing and being a TV host because I get to connect, to like deeply connect with someone.
Now you were at MTV for 3 years, and you also had an acting career as well. Is that right? I read in my notes here you work with Lin-Manuel Miranda. How is it working with him? What did you do with him?
So we were shooting a movie in Puerto Rico called 200 Cartas. You know, he's a genius. Everything you see about and read about Lin-Manuel Miranda, that's good, is actually true.
I've never met him personally, but he's like, if you put like, you give me a list of like 10 or 20 people, like, you know, famous showbiz people I would want to meet because I think they would be fun and cool to hang out with. He's on my list. Absolutely on my list. Yeah.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
Like, and everything he touches now turns into gold.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's also another reason to hang out with him. Now, you're originally from Puerto Rico. Is that correct? You were born in Puerto Rico?
Born and raised in Puerto Rico. My family is still there.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So I don't know if you can see my shirt, but I'm a Boricua.
Uh-huh. And what does that mean for those who don't speak Spanish?
So Boricua is a term that is used for Puerto Ricans because before we were named Puerto Rico, it was called Boriquen by the Taínos who are the native Americans of Puerto Rico. It was Boriquen, so you're a Boricua if you're Puerto Rican.
Got it, got it. So now your family's been there for how long? Generations, I guess, right?
Oh, God, yes. Generations and generations, except for my grandfather on my mom's side. He's Irish American.
How were you, looked upon when you first came? We don't like to ask women their ages, but when you came when you were 17 years old, how were you looked upon? I mean, how was your English? Did people look at you as like a foreigner? Because, a lot of people who come from Central America, South America, they get kind of clumped in with Puerto Ricans a lot,
Till this day, I always have to justify where I'm from because nobody really believes that I'm Puerto Rican. So I constantly have to say, yes, I'm Puerto Rican. What? But you don't look Puerto Rican. And I always say the same thing. Well, we don't all look like J-Lo. Puerto Ricans, just like any Latina, we come in all different shapes, colors, and sizes. And that's the beauty of the world in general. I've faced, I don't want to say racism because I hate overusing that word, but some resistance from both Latinos and both Americans because like nobody can pigeonhole me. Like Americans are like, well, you look like us, but you don't move like us because you talk a lot with your hands and you have a slight accent and your name is Pili Montilla.
Pili gives it away, but other than that, yeah.
Exactly. And the Latinos are like, but you must have certain privileges that we don't have, or you probably have it better than we have, when it's not the truth. It irritates me, and at the same time, it is what it is. So now, got to move on.
So now, in the United States, you can vote, right? You can vote in California for the president,
right?
So right. But if you lived in Puerto Rico, you can't. Why don't you explain to everybody that? Because people, I don't think, get it.
Let's explain a couple of things. Yeah. First of all, Puerto Ricans, we're American, so we have a U.S. passport. And also the currency is the American dollar. But let's go back to the passport just one more second because I get this all the time. There isn't such a thing as Puerto Rican citizenship, or there isn't such a thing as a Puerto Rican passport. We are Americans, born on an island that's a commonwealth of the United States of America. Something that we didn't choose, something that was forced upon.
Yeah, right.
After the Spanish-American War in 1898. The United States conquered us.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not something that we chose. We did not choose to be part of the United States. It just that's how history ends up being. Yes, exactly. So if you live on the island, you cannot vote for the United States governor or vice president, president or vice president. Right. Like you cannot. You can vote for your governor in Puerto Rico, but you cannot vote for anything that's going on the mainland, even though the mainland is the one taking all of the actions and passing all the laws that relate to you and your people and your island.
And you have no congressman or congresswoman, you have no senator, nobody in Congress.
We have one non-voting, I don't think it's even a congressman, it's a representative, but he can't vote.
Right, he has no power. He just sits there and stares at everybody. Right.
Correct. Now that I moved to the mainland, I can vote, and I do exercise my right to vote.
I read something interesting that after the hurricane, a lot of people who lived in Puerto Rico had to leave because they didn't have electricity, they didn't have food, and a lot moved to Florida.
Yes, that is correct. Thousands and thousands of Puerto Ricans fled the island after the hurricane, including my parents, and that's because my dad is 75 years old. His health is very delicate. And we had to take my dad off the island 2 days after the hurricane, send him to my sister's house who lives in Florida. And my mom and my dad were without power for 5 months.
So what's your take on everything that happened in Puerto Rico with, Donald Trump throwing, bounty paper towels at people, to everything's great in Puerto Rico, to people still don't have electricity, to Donald Trump saying nobody, very few people died, to now this, Harvard study said over 5,000 people, I believe, died in Puerto Rico. Tell me what your whole take on this whole hurricane, as a Puerto Rican, as somebody who has a stake in that island. You grew up there, you have family there. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts.
It's devastating. It's frustrating. It's extremely sad. You know, it really does break my heart to see what's happening on the island.
Have you been there?
Sure.
Have you seen? Tell us what you've seen.
Yes. So I was there at the end of January. Everything's abandoned. Everything's broken. There's huge holes on the street. What affected me the most was how people are trying to deal with it. Like, people are frustrated. People are tired. People are desperate. Our crime rate has gone up, and I don't blame them. People have to survive. I just saw total devastation. You know, buildings that I grew up looking at, that I grew up in, are not there anymore, are in ruins. But most importantly is people's reaction to it. People are heartbroken. People feel abandoned. People feel betrayed.
And
because we don't have the help that we should be getting. If you don't have power, you don't have water, like, how do you serve? You don't have work.
That's why so many people died. That's why so many people died. It wasn't the winds. It was the lack of services after.
All I can do is, you know, I'm a board member of a non-for-profit called Friends of Puerto Rico, and try to help the island.
I was about to ask you. I know you're part of a non-for-profit. Tell us a little bit about this, and tell us what you're doing to try to help the island.
Friends of Puerto Rico had been going on. You know, it was founded about 4 years ago. We focus on what's called the orange economy, which is arts, culture, and education. So we help artists that are on the island. So those of us that have left in the diaspora and are on the mainland, helping those that have stayed in Puerto Rico in education, arts, and culture. So we help a lot of independent musicians and artists. We give a lot of scholarships. We've helped 13 Boys and Girls Club that were devastated by Hurricane Maria. We gave them food for over 3 months every day to the boys and girls and to the staff members. We gave generators to the Boys and Girls Club as well. Nice. So, you know, it's a little bit of everything that has to do with that economy. We've been lucky enough to have a community of amazing supporters that we've raised over $1 million through Facebook. So for more information, please do visit and follow friendsofpuertorico.org. I'm extremely proud of the work that we're doing.
And from that website, you can make a donation?
You can make a donation, and you can also see what we're doing, all the efforts that we're doing, and where your money's going.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful work. Well, Pili, it's really been wonderful. I know you're going to be in New York in July. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do in New York in July?
So Friends of Puerto Rico is teaming up with Prima, who's another non-for-profit that's based out of Puerto Rico. And we're doing a music showcase with artists, musicians that were flying from Puerto Rico to New York for this specific Puerto Rican showcase, for them to showcase their art form, their music to a new audience. They're getting paid for it. All of their expenses are paid. You know, these are musicians that have lost their studios in Puerto Rico due to the hurricane, that haven't been able to release their singles or their albums because of the hurricane. They've lost their instruments. So we're giving them a chance to showcase their music in front of an amazing audience in New York. So hopefully you'll get to be there with us that night.
That would be amazing. Where is the showcase?
It's called Berlin on Alphabet City.
And Alphabet City.
I have it with me, but it's in Alphabet City.
We know.
It's called Berlin, I think.
Okay.
It's on July 15th. It's a Sunday.
All right.
Starting at 6 p.m.
All right, that's cool. I hope to come. I hope to meet you. And then maybe you'll come join me in the studio. You'll come back and join us. That would be great. So Pili, before we leave, where can people go on the web or social media to go find you and find out more about you?
Yes, I would love for people to start following me and follow my journey. It's at Pili Montilla, so it's PiliMontilla. You can see it there on the lower third. So yes, it's at Pili Montilla on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm most active on Instagram, so please direct message me. I do answer all of my posts. It might take me a little longer, but I do answer all of them, and I love connecting with my audience, and hopefully with your audience as well.
Pili, it's amazing. Thank you. Look forward to meeting you in July, and thanks for coming on Bradshaw Live.
Got it. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right.
Awesome.
Oof.
We like Pili.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, we like
Y'all got
Pili.
a little tea up in there, too. You know, some juice.
Yeah, I like that.
Juicy
She's pretty. She's smart.
Yeah.
Right?
No, she was great. That charity that she's working
Charity's
for.
awesome. Very giving and caring back to the community.
Yeah.
We like it.
That's amazing.
She's like a Belgian Kim, pretty and smart.
Oh,
We like that.
Look at
We like
that.
Me and Pili can share the spotlight.
Right, with a good personality too. Yeah. All right, so we like Pili, we like Belgium Kim, we like Jonathan Yo-Yo Elliott, and they have our last social media check-in. Let's go to Fido's social media check-in for the day.
All right, we have one from Sam Muhammad Soiree.
Yes.
If you have a green card, can you be allowed to go out of the USA?
Of course you can. You just can't stay out for more than 6 months at a time. Having a green card means that you are living in the United States more than you're living somewhere else. So you just got to make sure you're here more than somewhere else.
Melba said, what if the husband died while the case is still pending? What's next?
Depending on if you were in the United States or in another country. If you're in the United States, you're going to do something called a 204L, or you're going to do a widow petition. If you're outside the United States, you'll do a humanitarian waiver or a widow petition, depending on the specific facts of your case.
Awesome, and the last one is actually the same question I just asked, but it's from someone else. Motataye says, how long can a green card holder stay out of America?
By law, no more than 6 months at a time, but under Donald Trump, I wouldn't stay out for more than 4 months at a time. And with that said, I just want to remind everybody, okay, tomorrow, congratulations. We got, what was our final share amount?
Our very final
Do we know the final
count?
share?
Absolutely. It is a whopping 524 shares.
Wow. That is the most shares we have ever gotten on Bradshaw Live ever. Congratulations, Brad Squad.
Good job.
Tomorrow, we have a wheel. We're going to be spinning it twice. And there's going to be some good things that happen.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I'm going to get my inner Vanna White on.
Yes.
Ooh, it's going to be a good day.
All right. And also, I do want to remind everybody about all of our social media that you do want to follow. You want to follow me personally on Bernstein_Brad, Belgium Kim on at Travel Kim.
Travel Queen Kim.
Travel Queen Kim.
Travel Queen Kim.
On Instagram. And Yo-Yo, you are?
Jonathan Elias TV. Very easy.
And more importantly, on at Bradshaw Live to get a behind-the-scenes look at everything that's going on Bradshaw Live on Instagram. Also on Twitter, we're going to be starting to take your questions on Twitter as well next week. And we're going to be taking those questions first before Facebook. We want to get our Twitter going. So if you want to leave your questions starting next week on Twitter, we're going to be doing that. But you may want to follow us at Twitter right now at Bradshaw Live. And finally, in a couple of days from now, I think next week as well, we will be simulcasting on YouTube as well at the Brad Show. So if you like YouTube and you're a Googler, you can go watch us on YouTube starting next week live. And you can also watch us exclusively on Facebook at Bradshaw Live as well. Jeff Bosey had something funny because we're on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein. He wrote, "This is the non-talking Sam show," because for 2 hours we've had Groundhog Sam just holding a sign.
He did pretty well. He's doing pretty good.
He's doing a great job. I mean,
didn't blink, didn't move.
He hasn't blinked. He hasn't moved. He hasn't done anything.
Talented,
wow, for 2 straight hours.
Yeah.
That talented little groundhog. Yeah. All right, and finally, 4 comments of the day. Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo. Drum roll, please.
We have 2. Our first is from that beloved Groundhog Sam. And Groundhog Sam said, Brad, don't you think I deserve a raise for being able to comment and hold the card at the same time? He's always negotiating.
And
finally, it's from first-time viewer Sis. And Sis said, guys, if you just came on, don't leave, because Brad is giving some great advice about immigration. Sis knew day one.
Yeah, that's a great first time.
Yes, but Sis, unfortunately, we've been doing this for 2 straight hours now, and we have to go home. Yeah. But we will be back live tomorrow at 5:30. We will be spinning the wheel twice because we had over 500 shares. Congratulations, Brad Squad. 531 shares. Best job of sharing that the Brad Squad's ever done. Yeah. And we will see you all tomorrow. Stay safe. See you at 5:30. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465.